I just got off the phone with a good buddy. He's talking about how Flesh and Blood was going to be hype for like the next 2 months. And then I went to lay down and laid my pretty little head on my pillow and went to sleep. But the people at LSS had different plans. There are ridiculous spoilers dropped. Let's talk about the spoilers. Let's put on our tinfoil hats and predict the future. Video starts right now. Welcome back right here to Hometown TCG. You all know me, my name is Josh, and as I was saying, I was experiencing a wonderfully relaxing evening, but LSS cannot stop delivering. There is a brand new set of bombshells that just dropped, and we're going to talk about it, and if you stick around to the end of this video, and if you're familiar with the channel, you know, every once in a while, I like to sit back, put on my tinfoil hat, and make some guesses. And as far as guesses goes, I've kind of been on fire recently. So let's see if I can keep it up at the end of this video. But for now, we got a bunch of Flesh and Blood news that came seemingly out of nowhere. First and foremost, I got notified by this by a couple members of the Discord, a couple members of the Patreon, and we are going to start with what seems like the base core, I guess, region of the new set, Uprising, and it looks like we're going to Volcor. Patron Nick dropped a message in the Hometown TCG Discord about 2 upcoming articles that are to be released on LSS's website, and those articles seem to depict background art from Volcor. Now, for those that don't know, Volcor is this kind of volcanic, just absolutely brutal landscape, lots of lava, lots of volcanoes, but it does have this high court, elegant, royalty, emperor scene to it as well. So while the people of Volcor literally live amongst the lava, it's said that they build defenses around the lava flows for Volcor. It's pretty intense. They also have this high court, this nobility, and they're run by what is an emperor, and it's said that the emperor has the blood of the dragons running deep through their veins. And if you look back at some Kano lore, I think Kano is mentioned to have the blood of the dragons running through his veins. So is Kano royalty? Is there bloodline ties there? I don't get too much into lore, but that could be hype. If Kano's royalty, I am 100% down for them. But what that means is this dragon blood makes them strong. And that explains why Kano has such cool control over fire. We'll get to that later. But that's the setting of what's going to happen. And Volcor also mentions that wizards, unlike other regions that kind of let their young or the young people or the children kind of grow up and then move into professions or whatever it might be, Volcor does not. Volcor identifies wizards at a super young age and then just is like, oh, you're a wizard, we're training you, and then they must pass a trial to become an adult. And we know of a young wizard who may have just passed that very trial. That's right. User, Hometown TCG patron, and Discord member, I think it's Kaseke Necro, dropped a freaking bombshell about adult Iyslander. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. We're getting adult Iyslander. I'm going to put the card here on the screen right now so you can check it out. It does look like adult Iyslander has the same ability as young Iyslander, and which is standard, and standard kind of double the health. So between young and old Iyslander, we have some new awesome ways to play Flesh and Blood, some sweet control tech that we can bust out. I did a deck tech about Iyslander. I don't know if it's gonna be on the screen. I don't know, editor, who's me? With Team Hometown TCG Ascent and Teal Water. I know Teal Water's going crazy right now, but I did ask him kind of off camera how he thinks this deck would translate to an adult version into Classic Constructed, and he wasn't sure. He's like, it's hard to theorize, the card pool is limited. And then LSS was like, we know the card pool's limited, Teal Water, we know the card pool's limited, Hometown TCG, watch this. Boom, all over again, and we got Iyslander tech dropped right on our hands as soon as we got foil Iyslander. And first and foremost, we got that blue non-attack action dealing arcane damage that can come out of the arsenal and give a frostbite. We got Frost Bolt, or Ice Bolt, sorry, Frost Bolt. We got Ice Bolt, and Ice Bolt costs 2, and it only does 3. It's kind of a less value of damage than we've seen in the past. However, it does have that additional ability to come out of that arsenal and make that Frostbite. So it's got a chance to chip away damage, play this incremental grinding gameplay, make Frostbite, slow your opponent down. Ice Bolt is a cool card, and also it's a blue that blocks for 3. That can't get lost here. A blue that blocks for 3 is so hype. Ice Bolt dropping as a spoiler does just a ton of what we theorize Adult Icelander wants to do. It's going to be a staple in that deck. What a cool freaking card. But it didn't stop there. We had another source of arcane damage. The next source of arcane damage we got is Encase. And much like Ice Bolt, this one has kind of this functionality to it. It's not only just damage, it's also got a control mid-rangey element to it. And this is an ability we've never seen before. Encase is a elemental wizard action. Elemental wizard, not frost wizard, it's an elemental wizard. However, it does work off ice fusion, and its ability is to deal 3 arcane damage. But if it's fused and deals damage, a hero and their equipment freezes. And think old school video games when they were frozen, you go and you hit them and they'd shatter and stuff like that. But instead of shattering, what it means is they're frozen in a block. Oh, they can't move. They're stuck and they can't use their hero ability and equipment. It turns it all off for a turn, which very much could be an answer to a lot of what's going on in the meta right now. This card almost seems like a meta answer. It almost seems like a balance act, and it seems like one that doesn't go over the top in power to do it. It's very simple to play around, it's easy, and it's a great tool for mid-range controlled decks that this Adult Icelander can be. So we got Encase dropped on our head, and I gotta tell you, I love this card. I love Ice Bolt a little bit more just because it's such a cool, like the simplistic nature of that card is just like beautiful to me. But Encase fitting into a deck as a meta slot and even a non-meta slot, just being a staple in these decks seems incredible. The art is ridiculous. It really depicts that like, oh, frozen. It's so cool. I love this card Encase, but the best was yet to come. We've talked about the ability where we can't interact with some of the stuff going on right now. It feels non-interactive, feels like there's nothing we can do. Once a hero starts to pop off or go on a chain or reveal their hand and yell Yahtzee, there's nothing we can do until now. We got some tech dropped in this spoiler, and it is called Channel the Bleak Expanse. It is an ice action aura with Go Again that states heroes can't reveal cards, search decks, or draw cards. What does that do? And what color is it, ladies and gentlemen? That's right, it's blue! It can come out of the arsenal, and it's just an ice action, which means it can also slot into existing ice heroes. This card is super cool. It says they can't reveal cards, search decks, or draw cards. It does have Channel Ice, much like Channel Lake Frigid. It says at the beginning of your end phase, put a flow counter on Channel the Bleak Expanse, then destroy it unless you put an ice card from your pit zone to the bottom of your deck for each flow counter on it. We're very familiar with how that works for Channel Lake Frigid right now and Channel Mount Heroic, and I guess Channel Thunderstep, but nobody plays Channel Thunderstep. But these tools are almost everything we've seen right now is a direct meta answer. How insane is that? That is so cool that we have the ability to start theorizing and teching and building around these. And I don't know if you can tell, I'm just hype and at an all-time high, and because I'm so excited, I'm willing to hang out with you guys, throw that tinfoil hat on one more time, and I want to talk about Flesh and Blood Uprising and some things that I think we will see and some things I think we will not see. So Flesh and Blood Uprising is a really neat set. I love the concept, and the idea that we're going to Volcor kind of takes me to this place with the elements. Now we're bringing in Frost, and I think Icelander's got a story here, where maybe Icelander was cast out from Volcor, was originally from Volcor, but doesn't know she's from Volcor, so she had this magical ability, and instead of using it to channel the volcanic nature of her surroundings, she was surrounded by ice, so she used it to channel that. That's a possibility, but most importantly, people are thinking, we've got one young hero growing up. Is this set going to be full of young heroes growing up? Kaio, Kasai, maybe even Ira. All of these things are possibilities, but my tinfoil hat says no way. My tinfoil hat says the only young hero to come of age in this set will be Icelander. And my tinfoil hat takes me down a road where I have seen Ice Aura cards. I've seen Frost-specific cards. And what that means by seeing Frost-specific cards, that means that I think we can't just buff one talent. We can't do it. We gotta buff more talents. So I think we're going to see Frost, Earth in Volcor, and as a stretch, I don't know if I can buy myself into this one, Lightning, because I believe we're also going to see Fire. So I got 4 elements in my head, the original 3, just to kind of support those card pools, give access to more cards, even though, you know, Ice is not necessarily super strong, especially with the Brian and everything like that, but I think those 3 are on the table, but I think they're going to fit Fire in there somewhere, and if they fit Fire in there and it's a 4 talent set, what is happening? This is going to be insane. I know you guys are pumped for Flesh and Blood Uprising. I'm pumped for Flesh and Blood Uprising. So remember, you saw it here. We were so excited. Shout out to the patrons of the Discord for dropping these spoilers. Thank you guys all for clicking the subscribe button. And if you're still around, I am giving away 2 coachings courtesy of Hometown TCG Ascent, 2 members of the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, visit me at patreon.com/HometownTCG. You have till the end of today that this video is out to go react to the announcement post and a chance to win one of these coachings. So shout out to everyone who helped make this possible. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And until next time, you all know me. My name is Josh, and I will see you in what I'm pretty freaking positive is Volcor. Let's go.